brilliant speed with vibrant service, vibrant broadband internet.
It is time once again for Vibrant You Live with Bo, Jane, and Shane.
Hi.
I went right down the line like that.
Yeah, good morning.
So how are you doing?
We're doing. It's a Wednesday, middle of the week, hump day, and it's going to be warm again.
It's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
It's about 75, so perfect.
Well, thanks for having us again.
Yeah.
So tonight we are having our Vibrant You Dreaming of Streaming event. So if you guys need a little refresher, certainly come on out. We'll give you a little bit more details of the time and stuff too. But what's really important too is to talk about troubleshooting. So when you're streaming, it's we've been getting a lot of phone calls at the office.
Well, not a lot, just a few. A handful.
Yeah, a few. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a few. And so basically they're saying that the internet isn't working or they're having some problems and that it's slow and it's laggy. So typically when that happens, there's some trouble tips that we'd like to recommend. So the first thing is to grab your cell phone and just to check to make sure that your cell phone is connected to the internet. And if it is and you can get on a website, then it's not an internet issue. It's probably something to do with an update on your streaming device. So if that's the case, you can just go ahead and type something on your phone like, how do I update my Roku? And it'll tell you where to go and what you need to do on that. So
exactly.
Perfect things.
Yep.
Anything you want to add?
Well, or a computer, like a lot of times Windows has an update or something, and your computer might be laggy or slow or whatever, and that just means the computer needs an update. And you might think, oh, yeah, it's my internet. Well, it's not really. It's kind of like blaming your electricity for your light bulb being burnt out. Just change the light bulb and then you're good to go. So the internet is likely always working well. It's just the device needs to be restarted, rebooted, or updated. That's kind of the main thing that we want to get across. But today we're going to talk about some changes in some of the streaming services out there. And I will start with DirecTV, and they've done a lot of changes in the recent weeks. So they are consolidating their branding. They used to be DirecTV Satellite and DirecTV Stream, and now they're just combining it all under DirecTV. And then you'll have your choice on whether you want to get it via satellite or via streaming. And if you do sign up for the satellite service, they still have a 2-year contract for new services. But if you sign up for the streaming service, they've eliminated the 2-year contract. And it's then month to month. Now, there's a streaming device that they have called Gemini. And with their streaming device, it comes with the remote that people are familiar with when they get a cable box. It's got numbers on it, and it's got, if you want to go to channel 11, you type in 11, and it'll go to 11. Whereas if you get the streaming service on a Roku or a Amazon Fire TV stick, for example, you have to use the arrow keys to navigate the guide, and which is fine, right? Either way, DirecTV Stream is the one price on all those devices. The only difference is that if you get a Roku or if you get a Fire Stick or the Apple TV box or whatever, you pay for that once, and there's no monthly fee for that device. Whereas DirecTV's Gemini, it's a $10 monthly fee for as long as you have that device. So if you have it for a year, it's $120. It's going to cost you. If you have it 2 years, basically $120 a year just to have the device. So it's up to you if you want the convenience of using their remote, which is very convenient for people who are just not used to navigating with up and down arrows. But if you want to save that $10 a month, you can get it through a Roku or another streaming device there. They've also come up with some genre packs, they call them. So you can kind of customize whether you want your channels to be focused on sports or other types of entertainment. And they've also got a new free TV server, service called My Free DirecTV. That all rhymes, doesn't it? But that has around 100 channels that are free and they're ad supported. Now, the only difference with this is these are not local channels. So you're not going to get your 4, 5, 9, 11. You're not going to get the local news. You're not going to get the local sports. But it's more like a cable package, but it's free and it's ad supported. So that's kind of a cool thing that they offer. Bo's going to go into talk about the Roku Channel.
Yeah, if you're into getting your streaming TV shows and movies, completely for free, like Shane was mentioning with the new My Free DirecTV, they're doing something like that to compete with the Roku Channel. And the Roku Channel is available on all Roku devices. You can get it on your phone, on their website. There's multiple ways to do it. But the nice thing with the Roku Channel is it's all free, it's ad-based, and you'd be surprised at the amount of movies and TV shows that they have. There'll be a few times I'm searching for a movie or a TV show to watch, thinking it's going to show up on one of the paid subscriptions, and it's free on the Roku Channel. You just got to watch a few ads with it. So it's very popular, really easy to use. You're going to see it on every Roku that you have. You may not even know that the Roku Channel's there if you haven't played around with it a little bit. But yeah, it's very convenient, easy to use, and it has some local, some ABC News, NBC News. You can watch some weather channels. You're not going to get the typical channel like 4, 5, 9, 11, but you'll be able to get the news feeds from those stations, plus like a ton more. I would recommend, if you haven't looked at it recently, they've added a lot of content, so you can go on there, see if anything fits what you want to watch, and if you haven't downloaded it on your phone, I think that's a great way to get something that's going to get you a lot for free.
And Bo, I was going to say that the Roku Channel isn't just available on Roku anymore. They have them on all the other devices, like the LG, Samsungs and LGs, Vizio TVs, Amazon Fire TV, actually, Apple TV's got it, and the Google Chromecast. So
if you just download it like you're downloading Netflix or Hulu, Roku Channel, you can add it to whatever TV you have. And then Jane's going to go a little bit into some of the new changes Roku has been making in the recent weeks.
Sure. So Roku ended up purchasing Friendly, and I think Friendly is probably one of those streaming apps that is really kind of not. They don't. It's like what am I saying? Help me, Shane. It's just
it's well known, maybe.
It's well known, but not a lot of people. It's great money. It's low. It's very inexpensive.
Yeah, it's very frugal.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
It's the frugal gourmet. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we call it the frugal gourmet.
So,
right?
So they have like 50 channels that you can watch, and there's live TV that you can watch there as well. And the price of it is it's going to go up a little bit, but it's only about $8. And you can get A&E, the History Channel, Hallmark, Lifetime. And Friendly is a great package if people are missing something, if they're converting from cable and they're missing something that YouTube TV might not offer. And like Lifetime, YouTube TV doesn't offer Lifetime.
Exactly.
So they can pick up Friendly for $7, $8 a month. And that's great. And so Roku just acquired them, and it sounds like it's going to be done. The deal is going to be completed by the end of this quarter, and they're keeping a lot of the staff on, and they're really trying to hone in that it's frugal and a lot of content. So that's really great.
Right.
So the prices, as far as the prices go, you can get them from $8 to $9 a month, and that's just the standard definition. It's not high definition. So then you can go with the classic and premium tiers, and that'll be a little bit more, between $11 and $12, $13 a month, and that's with high definition. So the reason why they're increasing it is because the rising content costs, just like everything else around here.
Right.
And then you can save money if you go with an annual subscription. So just look into that, and you can lock into the lower rates.
That's one of the things that we tell people when we put on our streaming events, is that, let's say they want to, they're looking at the different services, DirecTV or YouTube TV, Hulu Live, and then they decide, I really like YouTube TV, but they're missing 2 or 3 channels that I want to get. Well, they could jump to DirecTV, and maybe it costs $20 more to do that. But if they get Friendly for $8, $9, now they're getting those extra channels, and they're saving $12 a month. So there's ways to do this, and Friendly is one of those that we talk about in our at our event.
Absolutely.
Tubi is another one that's free. It's kind of like the Roku Channel. So Tubi is very popular. In fact, I think they've advertised on the Super Bowl the last couple of years. And the Roku Channel versus the Tubi, they both are very good. But the Roku Channel just surpassed Tubi in total TV viewing share. That happened in November of 2024. But there are still some differences. Tubi is still has the largest catalog with 50,000 plus movies and TV episodes. And Tubi again is just like they've got a guide and you go to different channels. You're not going to find your local channels obviously, but it's live free TV, right? But the Roku Channel, they have over 400 channels now after acquiring Friendly. 400 channels to choose from. It's just unbelievable, right?
Yeah, that's huge. And there's a few other streaming changes going on. Just, Amazon, if you've ever gone in there and watched a show, you've probably seen that the show is like offered by Freevee. And Amazon actually is discontinuing Freevee and moving all its content just to Prime Video. They're kind of just consolidating, making it a little bit easier to be like more of a one-stop shop. So it's going to remain free with ads, just like Freevee was. It's going to be branded a little bit differently. And then if you're a WWE fan, WWE Raw is going to be moving to Netflix. So if you've loaded up Netflix over the past couple of days, you've probably seen that advertised on there. So it used to be on the USA Network, and Netflix acquired them. So it's going to, if you already have Netflix, you'll be able to access all the WWE Raw movies. They're going to be streaming right on there. And then one of the biggest news in sports is going to be the ESPN's launching a standalone streaming service. So they're going to have their own ESPN flagship app that's going to stream their content. They used to have the ESPN Plus, but it really didn't have a whole lot. It didn't have the main games people were looking for. So now they're going to have all of that in one spot. So if all the sports you watch are on ESPN, you can find that in just one location. And then inside the NBA is going to be moving to ESPN and ABC. So they were on TNT with like Ernie and Chuck and Shaq and Kenny. That's going to be going from TNT to ABC, and that's where like the NBA finals are going to be broadcast. So yeah, a few changes. You're going to see a lot of familiar faces. They're just going to be in different spots going forward.
Right. So Project Runway is also one of those, and that's the long-running fashion competition. That's actually going to be moving to Freeform. It's switching from Bravo to Freeform. And then, my husband is extremely excited about the WWE Netflix. So speaking of Netflix, they're also expanding live sports. So they're investing heavily in live sports and then exclusively streaming rights for major events, including WWE. So then we can't forget Disney Plus and Hulu. They are merging apps. So Disney has fully integrated Hulu into Disney Plus. So it's going to be a streaming single platform, which is going to be perfect. Also, Max is introducing a free tier. Warner Brother Discovery has launched a free ad-supported version of Max. So the streaming selection will be without a subscription.
I think Netflix, they've got Christmas Day football.
Wow.
Right? And I think I just saw this morning it announced that the Vikings are going to be playing on that day. So the Vikings is going to be on Netflix.
So hopefully they
on
won't
Christmas
have
Day.
Hopefully they won't have that issue like the boxing situation, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of not having troubleshooting issues.
Yeah, well, and it could be that too. I mean, it could be the streaming service itself. I remember when Amazon Prime first started streaming Thursday Night Football, and the first night was like painful to watch because it was,
glitchy,
pixelated and glitchy and stuff. But that was on their end, right? Those are the kinds of things to watch for. There's a few other free streaming services that we'll mention here. Pluto TV, they offer 250 plus live channels, lots of movies that you can choose on demand. Plex Live TV is another one. They have 600 plus live TV channels. I mean, there's more options for streaming than there are hours in the day to even consider watching. So there's just a lot of choices out there when it comes to free streaming content.
And that's where it gets a little overwhelming. And we put on that Dreaming of Streaming class because you don't really know what you want. You don't know where to get it. You don't know what to do. And this is a class that we probably get about 15, 20 people every time we do it. And it's for people that just want to understand it a little bit more. Come on out and learn what you need, what you're looking for, and we help you out. Plus, we also do some demonstrations of some of the streaming platforms that we offer.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tonight at Meeker Cooperative. Come on in. It starts at 5:30. It probably runs about 40 minutes, and then we do that demonstration, and then people stay for questions. So you can leave whenever you want to. Just come on in and check it out. We'd love to have you. And again, if you can't make it or if you have some questions, give us a call, 693-3231. Or if you want to go on to the internet, go to vibrantbroadband.com. And then if you miss something and you want to catch us on the replay, you can go to Facebook or YouTube TV or YouTube channel. Just search for Vibrant Broadband. And then once again, listen live every Wednesday for us on KLFD at 10:30 in the morning.
All right. Thank you, Steve, for having us.
Well, it's been great and great information. And don't forget, if you want to learn how to save money and get the channels you want, it's tonight.
That's right. My name is Shane.
I'm Jane.
And I'm Bo.
Tune in next week for another Vibrant You Live.
Brilliant speed with vibrant service. Vibrant broadband internet. Vibrant broadband internet.